Welcome to the Strenuous Life Radio, the podcast for leaderpreneurs, entrepreneurs, men and women, learn the essentials and the soft skills of the strenuous life. Here's your host, J.R. Hendrick. Happy New Year to you, my friends. Come here into the strenuous haven, all you who are weary. Maybe the new year and you've had some challenges. Maybe some led to mental health challenges. Old JR's here to talk to you about something. Mental health. We all have our struggles. We all have our vulnerabilities. In 2007, I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder. I about turned quiet as a mouse and white as a ghost. Because my daddy and my mama said, you just don't talk about stuff like that. You just don't talk about stuff like that. And so my friends, my professional life and churches on down in JR, it's not the end of the world. You still live a productive life. It just all depends on how you manage your illness. But I was still embarrassed. There are a few people that I thought were good friends and colleagues that judged me. And so I got that I wouldn't talk about it. And for years I vowed, except for my family and close friends, I would keep the secret of my mental health issues, my bipolar disorder, my manic depression, to the grave. And then I got a call from my ecclesiastical leader. Could I talk in church about my mental illness? Now, I am a warm and tender-hearted man, and it was hard for me to do it. And when I made that pronouncement, I broke down crying. And I know that sounds strange, personality like me you hear on the radio, breaking down crying. But I swear to you, I am a tender-hearted man, and it was hard being vulnerable. But you think about the motivational speaker that talks about being vulnerable and the blessings for it. Brene Brown. We can thank God for her. Tony Robbins, his talks on emotional intelligence. Having a mental illness and talking about your mental illness ain't nothing to be ashamed of. It's just the way my parents were raised. Back in the day, compared to how I was raised back in the 80s, you just didn't talk about it. It wasn't until I was in my early 30s that theologians and motivational speakers and celebrities and doctors were encouraging people to talk about it. Something that can be gut-wrenching in the heart and break your heart. But it's good to talk about it. There's a movie that came out, I think, after this book. I think it's a book called Cipher in the Snow. And it's a book about a kid who wanders off from school, dies in the snow, made straight D's, didn't have no connections with nobody. When he died, I saw that movie. Yeah, I was in high school. I was in high school, and when I saw his father saying, that ne'er-do-well needed to die, let me tell you something. It broke my heart. Okay, so, hey, give me just a minute as I gather myself, and I'm going to talk to each and every one of you. I see you. I see you in your struggles. I may not be able to relate totally, but we all, as God's children on this planet, are going to struggle. And why? Because we have an adversary, Lucifer, the devil, Hasatan, that hates us. I want you to think about a podcast that's, I think, starting to gather up steam again. Praying for a hurting world with Father Michael's Ministries. Listen to me. I see you. And I'm listening. You ever want to talk to old JR for coaching or just to confide? JR's here. Alright, now listen. I'm listening. No matter where you are. I want you to be aware that I care. Now I know, we normally talk about entrepreneurship. We talk about performance and all that stuff. But this is the first series called, the two maiden series on this thing called Strenuous Redemption. With our maiden voyage on the good ship Strenuous. And we're having this little stop over here at this respite place to talk about mental health and mental illness. I'm listening. Wherever you are. You could be listening next door. You could be on the second floor of a hospital praying for a relative with all your mind. You could be stuck in a situation where you feel like you need to get out, but you feel hopeless. People are tying you down. Listen to me. I care about you and the Lord cares about you. You hear me? I care about you and the Lord cares about you. But our adversary, the devil, Hasatan, hates those problems with us because he hates us. Because he knows, even though he will not admit it, he will not accept it, he knows that we are children of God. Alright, so listen to me. I'm laying it on thick because you need to hear it. Here's the last part you need to know. I know it's going to sound strange from a strenuous man like myself, but I love you. You hear me? You hear old JR? I want you to feel good about yourself. I love you. I'm going to say it again. If you haven't heard it from anybody today, this New Year's, so 2022, let me be one of the ones to say, I love you. Now, I hope you've enjoyed listening to Strenuous Life Radio. If you like what you hear, please subscribe and become a part of the Strenuous Life Radio family. Oops. Let me throw it all over again. Hope you enjoy listening to the Strenuous Life Radio. If you like what you hear, please subscribe. Become a part of the Strenuous Life Radio family. This is J.R. Hendrick saying, God listen to me. Because I love you. Don't you just sit there and take it. You build your dreams so you can take it. Do what others don't so you can be what others won't. And make sure you do what others won't so you can have what others can't. Now listen to me now. Like my daddy, my granddad always said, think strong, live strong, and live this strenuous life. God bless you. Y'all take care now, you hear?